Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Malted Bampot and welcome to the second part of the Independent for Thursday the 13th of September. It's a busy day today, but only on PC and Switch, because apparently they're the only two platforms that felt like releasing anything today. But that's fine because it's 20 decent games in all, which is very much a good show. It's about time we had a good show. It's been a quiet week so far. So I forgot to say, but if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you're new to the show, then hello. The Independent is a daily show where we do what I just described. We take the games that are coming out each day and boil them down to a top format so that you know what to be paying attention to, or at least have more of an idea. So without further ado, allow me to present the top 10 games releasing on Nintendo Switch today. First up today is the almighty Bastion. Now, for those that somehow do not know what this game already is, this is an action role-playing experience that redefines storytelling in games, with a reactive narrator who marks your every move. Explore more than 40 lush, hand-painted environments as you discover the secrets of the Calamity, a surreal catastrophe that shattered the world to pieces. Wield a huge arsenal of upgradable weapons and battle savage beasts adapted to their new habitat. Finish the main story to unlock the New Game Plus mod and continue your journey. This game is very much a classic. It was first released in 2011 and has since been received with pretty much overwhelming acclaim. This title is of course from the same developers, Supergiant Games, that made Transistor and Pyre. This game came before both of them. So yes, as it stands, Supergiant Game have yet to do any wrong, I do believe. Everything's pretty much been right on the money and involves amazing music and extremely artistic graphical styles, but above all, compelling and very entertaining gameplay. Seriously, check it out. This is definitely the big port of the day on the Switch and is a huge win for the console overall. It's also been a good amount of time since the initial release, so it's just about the right amount of time to go back for another playthrough. Next up today is Defunct, and this was originally released on PC back at the start of 2016 to very positive reception. This is an adventure game with a focus on flow, speed, and an engaging world. I guess you could call it a racing title, but it's not really. You are a broken robot that accidentally falls out of a giant cargo ship onto a post-human Earth, now inhabited by robots, so I guess similar to the plot of WALL-E. You have to get back to your ship before it's too late. To do this, you are equipped with a Gravitize engine. It is used to create a separate gravity around yourself. This is the main source of your speed, so I guess like the Speed Force. Use this in downhills to accelerate, but be careful, because using it uphill will slow you down. Okay, well that's the laws of physics right there. Nevertheless, as I say, this has received positive critique so far on the PC, so it could be something to look into if you're looking for something speedy. Next up is SENRAN KAGURA Reflections. This is... oh dear, what is this? Can you feel it? The beating of her heart in the classroom after school? Learn the ways of reflexology by syncing with her heart and body. SENRAN KAGURA combines with HD Rumble on the Nintendo Switch. Now there's an interesting inclusion. So she called you into the classroom after school, as one does, and she's waiting there for you, but she might not be her usual self. Delve into intimacy by massaging her hands, only her hands, and helping her relax. Explore her many daydreams to see her in different lights. Get to know her as an energetic admirer, an experienced warrior, a curious classmate, and much, much more. Oh my. Massage her with everything you've got, and you just might restore a piece of her lost heart. Help her put all the pieces back together, and her feelings for you just might change. Enjoy an exciting reflexology experience together with a special girl. Marvellous! Okay, so moving swiftly on, next up is Shadow Fight 2. This is a representative of a popular fighting series that won a place in gamers' hearts around the globe. It's a love letter to all martial arts games and fantasy sci-fi genre. Walk through the gates of shadows into the dangerous world full of memorable fights and brave heroes. These lands are waiting for a risky adventurer to appear and save them from the oppression of a sinister invader from another dimension. This is a fighting and RPG hybrid. You have to gather a huge arsenal of different lethal weapons, combine your gear and upgrade dozens of skills and moves. Simple controls done in a way that helps you to start playing here and now, but mastering your warrior's craft takes time and diligence. I haven't stumbled across this one before, but honestly it looks really interesting. The animation, I don't know about you, but just as I'm watching this, the animation of the shadows is gorgeous, very fluid, very clear as well, which is obviously something they would have to do given that all of the character models are basically just shadows. But yes, it very much strikes me as an attractive title stylistically. It's an interesting concept to take essentially a flat 2D shadow and then make them interesting to watch and play with. Interesting indeed. Next up today is the Spectrum Retreat. This is a challenging first-person puzzle game set in the near future. You awake at the Penrose Hotel, a peaceful yet unsettling refuge from the outside world. As a valued guest, your existence is embedded into the corridors and guest rooms of the Penrose. Exploration of the striking Art Deco hotel will begin to uncover the mysteries of both the Penrose and the uncertainties surrounding your current stay. Your desire to unearth the truth is obstructed by an array of colour-coded puzzles, mind-bending physics challenges, and the growing fear of exposing your true intentions. This was released on PC and other consoles a couple of months back, and is a very intriguing and enjoyable puzzle game. Recommend giving it a look-see if you're into something with a little bit of a mysterious narrative, but Portal-like and engaging puzzle mechanics. Next up today is a game called Stay. Now this is a bit grim, I have to say. So the basic plot is when Quinn wakes up alone in a locked room with nothing of note save for a computer hooked up to an internet chat room in which you're present, that's a big sentence, you become his single ray of hope. Your choices and your timeliness will single-handedly shape his escape efforts or lead him down the path to an untimely end. So apparently in this game the clock never stops and it plays out in real time, meaning that every minute spent away from the game is a minute that Quinn is left alone. And by the looks of it, Quinn starts to lose his mind as things go on. Yes, it doesn't look too good for Quinn. So this could very much be interesting, featuring 24 chapters with 7 different endings. It seems that Quinn's fate is firmly in your hands. Next up today is Super Dungeon Tactics. This is a classic turn-based game featuring exciting new gameplay mechanics. Along with traditional RPG characters making you feel right at home, the dynamic gameplay will keep you on your toes. Call upon 15 heroes, each with unique abilities, to combat the Dark Console's forces throughout the magical land of Crystallia. Explore ever-changing dungeons and battle diverse hordes of monsters during your adventures. React to the tides of battle with randomly rolled ability dice. Wow. Boost core stats or unlock potent abilities. It's up to you, and a little bit of luck, to use them to their fullest potential. Choose wisely and craft the ultimate band of heroes to complete each adventure. Key features including a balance of strategy and chance. In Super Dungeon Tactics, chance may influence short-term decisions but never gets in the way of your overall strategy. I guess that's kind of strategy done right, to be honest. Loot-based leveling with progression tied to loot, no heroes are left behind. Swap equipment around and bring heroes anywhere without worrying of under-leveling. So there isn't anything here that we haven't seen done before, but nevertheless it's presented in a fairly effective way. Let's face it, there's often not a huge amount to say when it comes to turn-based strategy games, unless there's some kind of outrageously unique or different mechanic, but that doesn't mean that the game is necessarily bad, it just means that it's entering a crowded market, so it's up to you guys to decide whether it's the one for you. Next up today is Surgeon Simulator CPR. Now, a great talent in life is knowing when to speak and when to shut up, so I'm going to let this trailer speak for itself because it's going to do it a lot better than I possibly could. That was fun, wasn't it? Well, today's penultimate entry, and in the running for one of the longest names ever, is the Warlock of Firetop Mountain Goblin Scourge Edition. This, I believe, started its life on the Nintendo DS once upon a time. So this is a tabletop game, and in the truest sense, it is a tabletop game. You actually are a tabletop piece, and you move around the game map with a very satisfying click, 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 or tap, 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 should I say. So you have to battle, sneak, and charm your way through thousands of story options as you play through over a dozen major quests, each unique to a different hero. As always, this looks like a lot of other tactical strategy games, but the aesthetic in this one really does win me over in a big way. It looks really nice in my opinion. Rounding off today, it's a bit of a big boy actually, it's Wasteland 2, my oh my. Now this is the Director's Cut edition, which was released on PC in 2014. And this is very highly rated as a game. It doesn't appeal to everybody. It certainly doesn't appeal to everybody. But the guy down south, the almighty cynical Brit, at one point compared it to Fallout 4, saying that this is basically Fallout 4 if it were to go back to its CRPG roots. This is, of course, from the producer of the original Fallout, and a sequel to the first ever post-apocalyptic CRPG. The Wasteland's hellish landscape is waiting for you to make your mark or die trying. With over 80 hours of gameplay, you will deck out your Desert Ranger squad with the most devastating weaponry this side of the Fallout zone. No pun intended. Test the limits of your strategy skills and bring justice to the Wasteland. So, new features to the Director's Cut include a complete graphics overhaul rebuilt in Unity 5, perks and quirks. You can customize your squad more than ever before. Perks and quirks are special personality traits that you can use to give your characters even more life with their own unique bonuses and drawbacks. There's also an expanded voiceover now with over 8,000 lines of dialogue added to the game, bringing the Wasteland to life like never before. You also have precision strikes, which allow you to fire on your enemy and debilitate them with tactical attacks. So, as I say, if you're looking for a good CRPG, then this is definitely your ticket. It's great that we're getting this sort of stuff on the Switch, honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. Alright folks, my name is Malted Bampot, and this has been the second part of the Independent for Thursday the 13th of September. I hope you enjoyed this. It was unbelievable the amount of games we got today. A great show from both the PC and the Switch. Not so much from many other consoles actually, but that's fine. The PC and Switch just had a little day in the limelight there, but honestly, it just shows you how much the Switch indie scene is really ramping up. So many good titles and games being ported to it, and honestly, you have to say that a lot of it is probably just to do with the portability of it. It's amazing being able to take these games out on the go and play them with a good quality of life, you know? It's not like emulating stuff on a PSP back in 2005. Alright folks, if you enjoyed this video then please give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed please consider doing so. That will allow you to keep up to date with future installments. Once again, I've been Malted Bampot, that's Malted with an M and Bampot with a B. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you again tomorrow.